What's up, guys? I'm the Modern Film Critic, and this is my first independent movie review. I even kept a ticket stub. The Way, Way Black. The Way, Way Back. Crap. The Way, Way Back follows a boy named Duncan, and he's definitely not the most popular kid in school. He doesn't have many girlfriends. He probably never had a girlfriend. And he goes to a beach house with his mom and his mom's boyfriend, Trent, who is, I think his name's Trent, who is played by Steve Carell. And from the start, you learn that Steve Carell just isn't the best guy in the world, because it starts off with dialogue. Duncan goes, "I think I'm a 6 out of 10. And Steve Carell's character goes, "Well, I think you're a 3. And right from then, you're like, okay, this guy's a jerk. He doesn't know how to be a good parent. They're not. Duncan's mom and Steve Carell's character aren't married yet, so you know how that goes sometimes. And so they go to the beach house. Duncan is just, he just doesn't like being around people. His parents, well, his mom and her boyfriend are always with their adult friends. They're all scattered out throughout wherever. They're not with him. He really has no one to hang out with in this beach house. So, you know, he rides on his pink bike every day. He goes to the beach. He tries to get paired up with some nerdy friends, and it doesn't work out well. So he just decides to lay back and be by himself for a while, not really say anything. He's one of those types of kids, like in Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I'll get to that later. Anyway, towards the middle of the film, it sparks a love interest in this one girl. And you're like, are they going to get together? Are they not going to get together? What's going to happen? And they hint at it a little bit, but they don't push it down your throat. They don't like force the love interest at all. It feels very natural. Feels very well done. And then he meets Sam Rockwell's character, which is probably my favorite character in the film. Sam Rockwell, his character runs a water park. It's not really run down. It's just not the cleanest water park ever. And he owns it. He's pretty much the president of the whole thing. And he's not the best owner of this place. All of the employees break their backs to keep it tidy, to keep it clean, to keep everything normal. And he pretty much just sits back in his apartment and watches. He's just not a great worker. He's not a great person to work with. And so Sam Rockwell gets interested in Duncan, because Duncan's alone, you know, and they see each other a few times, and then they finally meet, they have a conversation, they bond, they become best friends, and Duncan begins to work at Sam Rockwell's water park, and that is when you see true happiness come out of Duncan, because he's around people. He really is connected to Sam Rockwell's character, because he shows him care. He shows him not necessarily love, but it shows him some sort of happiness and laughter. He laughs a lot because he's hilarious in the film. And it's good to be away from his dad, but his mom's boyfriend, because his mom's boyfriend is a real jerk, so he tries to stay away from home as much as possible. So on one hand, he's trying to work at this water park, and on the other hand, he's trying to get with this girl. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it is handled very well, and the film is absolutely brilliant. I loved it, and it's great to see a movie like this. And it's not like Two Guns or The Smurfs. It's not a $45 billion budget. It's about $4 million, I think. $4 million or something. 4 or 5 million. And it blew me away. I loved it so much. And it was so good to see a small independent film rather than something big as like Elysium or The Wolverine or Olympus Has Fallen or Star Trek, something like that. And I haven't seen one of those films in a while, so it felt great being in the theater, watching a great drama on film. Now I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with what I thought about it, and I need to talk to you guys about something that people have brought it up in the past about Perks of Being a Wallflower. Is it a ripoff? What's it like compared to it? It's not a ripoff, guys. I liked it, not a lot better, but I liked it more than Perks of Being a Wallflower. And if you don't know from prior experience, I really, really liked the Perks of Being a Wallflower. And the Way Back, what it has over the Perks of Being a Wallflower is great performances by adults. And I know that sounds weird, but bear with me. In Perks of Being a Wallflower, you got Emma Watson, you got Paul Rudd, you got that, I forget his name, Percy Jackson or whatever. They're all great. Paul Rudd is the most, like, famous guy in the film, but he doesn't get a lot of screen time. We get good performances by teenagers, but it's good to have a movie sort of like Perks of Being a Wallflower, but we get more like great performances by some adults, by Steve Carell, Sam Rockwell. So you may think that's weird, you may disagree, but I thought it was such a great strength to the film, because it's good to, you know, get some adults in the film and add a dramatic layer using them And I really enjoyed both films, but I really enjoyed The Way, Way Back better because it was so investing. I cared every moment in this film. I was attached, and it's what Two Guns. It's everything that Two Guns isn't. Two Guns. You just didn't care about the plot. You didn't know what was going on. Everything was so messy. There were so many different things going on. You had no idea what was going to happen next because you just simply didn't know what was going on. With this, the screenplay is genius. You know what's going on from point A to point B. You care. You're invested, and you're worried about the outcome. And the outcome was so good. The last shot in the film is absolutely brilliant, and it's not one of those things where it force feeds you the answer. Like in Smurfs 2, it doesn't force feed you everything, and some of you may not like that. You may want more, you may want closure, but I love the ending. It lets you sort of decide what really happens, and it's a great ending to the film. I wouldn't change it in any way. I love The Way, Way Back. I'm going 4.5 out of 5. I cannot wait to see this film again when it comes out on DVD. I'm definitely going to be buying it, and I may even go back to the theaters and watch it. So what are your thoughts on this film? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Are you glad we've got a smaller film in the movie theaters right now, such as The Spectacular Now, The Way, Way Back, The Canyons, things like that? We got some smaller films coming in, and they're great. I can't wait to see the next one. Are you guys excited for the film? If you did see it, let me know what you thought of it, and as always, I'm the Modern Film Critic signing off.